All of the characters in the 7 Deadly Sins, including the people who made this series, need to go to jail. Because my guy, I watched 7 Deadly Sins and it was coming out around the time where I was very, very young. And I didn't even pick up on it at this time. I thought nothing was wrong when I was watching this show. But recently on my timeline, I had a YouTuber break down everything that was wrong with 7 Deadly Sins and their relationships. Brother, if you've seen 7 Deadly Sins, you already know what I'm talking about here. But brother, I was a kid when the show was coming out. My nigga, I had to go do my research to confirm what this YouTuber was saying was true. I said, okay, wait, hold on. No. This wasn't right. Do my little, bro, I was typing so fast on my keyboard. Bro, come on. I knew about Bonnie Lane. Okay, that was the obvious one. That was weird to me. But everybody else, y'all need to be in jail with him too as well. Because the more I did my research, the more memories kept popping up in my head. Oh, this episode happened. I remember this. And yeah, that was true because, and it just shook me to my core, my brother. How did this show even get passed by an editor? How did this show get passed by to get put on Netflix? How did this show get past anything? Because let me break it down for you if you don't know. The reason why all of these characters, including the nigga who made the show, need to be in jail, because damn near every sin is in a relationship with someone that is basically underage. And that comes in two different variations. Rather they actually are, and when they met, they actually were, or they just look like it. Now let's just start with the obvious ones now. Bonnie Lane and Meliodas and Elizabeth. Okay, boom, let's break this down. So these two are kinda in a similar situation, but not 100%, my brother. Look, hold on. So with Bonnie, Elaine looks young as hell. Like, I'm talking like young. I will show a picture of you right here so you know what I'm talking about. But apparently she's over 1,000 years old because she's a fairy, and different races have different age times limits, and they just age at different rates. What a way to justify that, my nigga. What a way to justify it. And with Meliodas, how they get his relationship past any editor in the world is they make it so that technically she's over 1,000 years old too, because her soul is, because she gets reincarnated every time she dies, and she has to die because it's a curse that she has on her. So Meliodas finds her every time she gets reincarnated, but the weird thing is every time she reincarnates, he finds her, especially when she's really young, and there's a point where he finds her as a baby, he raises her, and he knows that that's Elizabeth from back in the day, and it's weird, especially because this nigga is very handsy to a girl that is technically under the limit, my brother. But you know what the funny thing is, bro, about 7 Deadly Sins, bro? They gave them an excuse, a reason, an explanation as to why that they look like this, why they are the way they are, and how to justify it every way possible. But bro, for King, they said, man, forget the justifications. We just doing what we want now. And I don't want to know what made them so comfortable to do this, but they just throw it in your face. They have no reason. They have no explanation. Well, they try to, but not really. It's just in your face like, hey, we don't care no more. Because the story of King and Diane is atrocious. Man, it is super atrocious. You think it's cool in the beginning because, oh, maybe they look the same age. They cool. I see why he would like her. XYZ. Hold on. Let's go back to their backstory and how they really met. I'm gonna need you to sit down for this one if you didn't already sit down. So basically, King finds her as a baby. And okay, I don't care about giant years and she's actually 102. Nah. It doesn't matter because technically in giant years, she's technically a baby. And my nigga, guess what King does? She's alone. He ends up basically taking care of her while she's a baby. He is a full-grown ass man that is the king of the fairies, nigga. You got the whole, nigga, you run a whole, you're like a whole president of this whole forest, and you saw, I'm done. But bro, through him raising Diane from when she was a baby, he ends up falling in love with her? What? Again, bro, who made this story and who made this storyline? Who was touched by this? Bro, that painted King so wrong to me because I thought King was cool before, bro. I was rooting for King. I loved his powers. I loved everything about him. Now, when that came out, I remember when it came out. I don't like him no more. Because again, bro, there is no technicality to justify this relationship at all. There is nothing technical you can do to justify this. When he met her, he was basically a full-grown man, a whole bunch of responsibilities. She was a baby. He took care of her. He basically raised her. And you raised the woman that you wanted to fall in love with. And did. Bro, the insanity of 7 Deadly Sins, bro. Y'all just went for anything. Y'all just went for it, bro. Y'all stop caring about a lot of things. And again, I'm gonna say this one more time. All of you creators, everybody behind this, nigga, even the animators, they need to go to jail. And the only 2 7 Deadly Sins that barely scrape by making it out of this is Gother and Escanor. And what they did with Escanor, they tried. I'm gonna be so real with you. They tried with Escanor. Nigga, I'm gonna tell you something so crazy, bro. You know Merlin, that's the character that Escanor is in love with. It's a witch, wizard, whatever. She's over 1,000,000 million years old, whatever it is. Cool. She's a grown-ass woman, right? And she look like a grown-ass woman, right? My boy Escanor, he tried to get on that. Cool. Later in the story, they make her have like this little girl form. Why? Why did we need to do that? Like, y'all for real tried with my boy. Y'all for real tried. And I would never forgive you for even trying that. But bro, without further ado, I'm gonna end this video right here before I start crashing out. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a hype. I need to get hyped. I haven't been saying that. Hype up the video, put it in the algorithm. Other than that, comment if you disagree. Comment if you agree. Comment what you think about 7 Deadly Sins. And other than that, subscribe. Goodbye.